This is an interview, and before we start, before all those dummies, they start saying to me, CP, those are actors. They are not reals. I mean, people are so silly and so low IQ. I don't want to say more. We know, we know they are not real. We know that this guy is not a Hamas real. So please, leave. Low IQ people, I don't know what to do with you. So this is supposedly an interview, present really reality in the media today. And this is the BBC. Now why they choose the BBC? Because the BBC is the baby dogs, is the baby hypocrite, is the baby everything not right. In case you do not know, BBC was always paid by Saudi Arabia. In fact, Al Jazeera TV, which you know very much, opened immediately when Saudi Arabia one day get upset after an interview with someone who opposed the royal family. And then the government of the BBC, which is England, they said to the employees, well, you know what? The Saudi are not paying us. We will not pay you. Find a job. Then all the employees of the BBC been hired immediately with a very good salary from Al Jazeera TV, which is a terrorist organization. And this is how Hamas and Al Qaeda and ISIS, they go inside your system. Sky News is owned by Emirat. BBC paid by Saudi Arabia. I mean, when you hear BBC, when you hear Sky News, I mean, what you think? You think this is a Western media. And the list goes on. Stanford University, I mean, you name it, you name it. However, going back to this video, and again, before we start, please, the silly ones who want to say to me, those are not real Hamas. We know. Do you know the video, the stupid guy who make a video one day? It's called, he was saying, leave Britney alone. She is a human. You look like them when you post those comments. So this is present reality in the filthy media today, which is sponsored by Muslims massively, if it's not totally owned. You know, the first job I did when I was a student, as a student, it was to correct a newspaper in Arabic. The newspaper I work in, I go, you know, like the old days, you have to print the papers, and my job start after like 9:30, and then by the early morning we have to be done. We check all the grammar in the newspaper, if there's any writing mistake or typing mistakes, and then the newspaper will be sent to the printing shop. And because this is my job now, I have to read the whole newspaper. Every day or every other day, they have an article against Al-Qaddafi. You know Al-Qaddafi, the ex-president of Libya. By the way, he's a peacemaker. I mean, come on. He's like Hamas too. So they write articles against him. He is evil, he is dictator, he is bad, he is a scumbag. He is trying to replace Allah by his book. It's called the Green Book, you name it. Then one day, suddenly I start reading articles, again doing my job, that Al-Qaddafi is an amazing person. He made Libya into a green land. He even make a river in the desert. So I went to the editor, supposedly he's the boss, and I said, well, what happened just last week? We were writing articles the opposite. He said, don't tell anyone. We receive a check from the Libyan embassy, big one. This is how the media function today. Even when they bash somebody, They bash him until he throw them a bone. It's a dog's business. Now, let us watch this video. I apologize for making you wait for long. Maybe some of you saw it already, but it presents really reality of the world today. How your media is not a media, is not journalism, is vandalism of the truth. Listen.
Good evening from London. 39 days after Hamas freedom fighters peacefully attacked Israel, we have now an exclusive interview with its leader, Yahya Sinwar.
Yes, good evening, Rachel. Let me just correct you.
Oh.
There were also freedom rapists and freedom butchers.
Of course, I apologize. Mr. Sinwar, I understand that you are now working towards a ceasefire.
Yes, Rachel, you know me. Wherever there is fire, I say, let's seize it. All we are saying is give ceasefire a chance.
The fire must be seized.
Yeah, the situation in Gaza is terrible, Rachel. All innocent civilians are running out of town, so we are left without protection.
With no human shield at all. So unfair.
So unfair. And our hospitals, Rachel, our schools, all run out of rockets.
Oh.
How are we supposed to kill Jews like this? I mean, with lectures?
Actually, we've tried that one. Didn't work.
I plead to the world. We need a ceasefire. We are tired. We need a break. Don't forget, we started a day earlier than the Israeli.
So
a day earlier.
Unfair, so unfair. But I understand the Zionists refused to put down the weapons.
Yes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? All we want is a little time to rearm before we continue to kill them, and they won't let us.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sinwar. I can't hear you. All this noise in the background.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Rachel. There is a baby here.
Could you please get him to be quiet?
Yeah, I wish I could. He's not mine, and his mother is in Israel. Never mind.
Okay, look, it's really hard to conduct an interview with this noisy kidnapped baby. Is he always like that?
Oh, at night, it's even worse, Rachel. Every time we fire a rocket, he wakes up.
Oh, no.
I didn't have one good night sleep in a month.
Wait, are you telling me that there is an Israeli baby that's torturing you by sleep deprivation?
Yes!
Occupying your house?
Yes!
So unfair, so unfair. And the world does absolutely nothing about it. I really hope you'll get a ceasefire soon. Thank you so much, Mr. Sinwar.
No. Thank you, Rachel.
And now, please stay with us for a moment of history.
On this day in 1944, heartless Winston Churchill refused a ceasefire and continued the genocidal attack on Nazi Germany. As we well know now, far more German civilians have